Hello everyone, greetings from Magdeburg, Germany, Deutschland. My name is Svetlana Mucha. I am the leading matchmaker and dating coach at Diolli.com. I have received a very interesting question that I would like to read to you, but my hands freeze and my phone has decided to turn off. Anyway, I will read it to you. As a 39-year-old male, why are women in their 20s more attracted to me than women my age? Guys, I have been a professional matchmaker for 14 years already. Wow, time flies. And I have written and published 3 books about relationship. I have been a co-author in a book in the United States. And I host this channel for almost 7 years. And we have here like 500 plus videos with dating tips and advice. And at least once per week, I receive an email with a similar question. And usually such men and women tell the same story, that you know what, I just can't feel attracted to someone my age, and I have this energy, I have these looks, so I can't date someone, I just don't feel this physical attraction, this sparkle with someone who is my age. And sometimes women tell me that, you know what, men in their 40s and their 50s, they won't just satisfy me, you know, like my sexual aspirations, my needs, they won't be able to meet them, so I have to date someone up till 35, and he has to love me, my 2 teenage kids, and he has to take care of me. And same scenario with men. And usually such men and women share the same story with me, that you know what, younger men and women, they just approach me everywhere. They write me on Tinder, on dating platforms, on Facebook. They approach me in the streets, and they usually think that I am their age and they find me so attractive. And I have this question in my head all the time: if you are so popular among men and women who are like 15, 20 years younger than you are, why don't you date them? Just start dating one of them, one of these imaginary people. Okay, sometimes they are not imaginary. I will share a story with you. A friend of mine, he's an attractive gentleman, a successful gentleman in his middle 40s, and he was boasting that, you know what, I was in this club and girls in their 20s, they were approaching me, they were asking to dance with me, and I was just sitting there and I didn't even have to look their way. And I've told him that, you know what, Sasha, his name is also Sasha, by the way, you were the only guy in that club who was wearing a real Rolex and who was ordering my Chardonnay. So it was not a big surprise that these younger ladies were approaching your table. Well, it was obvious why they were doing it. And once we were in a club together, it was someone's birthday party, and the same scenario, like among all the guys, he was dressed in all the brands, and he's a good-looking gentleman, and really younger girls were approaching him, and he ended up going home with one of them. So this girl, she was obviously in her 20s. She saw his Mercedes, she saw his apartment in this exclusive luxury apartment building, and of course she was wowed. And she tried to move in with him straight away. Well, he tried to postpone it, and 1 week into their relationship, she has asked him to buy her Prada shoes. 2 weeks into their relationship, she has asked him to buy her a Prada bag to match those shoes. Then she has started asking him to go somewhere warm, like to Bali or maybe to Maldives, where won't they have a romantic vacation, a romantic getaway. And their love story has ended once she has demanded more money, that you have to cover this, you have to pay for this, and they knew each other for a few weeks. So once he told her, no, I won't give you more cash, like all this fantastic love, it has started to fade. And now this same gentleman dates a lady who is 25. They have been dating, I think, for 2 months, and I have seen them twice together, and both times she was asking for gifts. So she was talking about this new phone she wants, or she was talking about this new purse she wants. And Sasha, he was very honest with her straight away. He told her that I'm not going to marry you, like I don't want to get married at all. And she said that, okay, I don't mind. As long as you take me to nice places, as long as you buy me gifts, I'm okay with that. So when men and women start telling me that they are so popular on Tinder, or people just approach them on the streets, well, with Tinder, sometimes when women tell me that, oh, I'm in my 40s, but all the guys that text me on Tinder, they are in their 20s or in their early 30s. So I can't fill it with the man in his 40s. And then I ask her to show me her Tinder profile, and the photos she uses there, first of all, she doesn't look like those pictures. Pictures are beautiful. They are professionally made, professionally staged. They are edited, like heavily adjusted, very sexual, and the whole profile, it looks like, text me, I will teach you good sex. Or for example, when a gentleman tells me that he's so popular on this website, and I ask him about the name of the website, and it turns out it is a paper letter website, and you can register there, and you don't even have to fill in your profile. You don't have to add your picture. All you have to do is buy special credits, and then you will receive lots of messages, ton of messages. And what these websites forget to tell you, that all these messages, they were generated automatically, so they were not personally sent to this guy. The only thing that they personalize is the name at the beginning of the message. So what can I tell to men and women in their late 30s, early 40s, 50s, 60s who claim that they just can't find someone their age attractive, or that they are so popular among ladies in their 20s? I can tell them that you should get over yourself, like really. Yours is attractive, and both men and women, we all find yours attractive, and well, this energy. And there are many attractive people. You can just turn on Netflix and watch the actors, or you can turn on one of the old Victoria's Secret fashion show, and you will see plenty of really beautiful models. Or maybe you can go to a local gym, and you will see there many men and women who not only won this genetic lottery, but also they work out like twice per day at least, and they eat really healthy, they don't drink, and for them their body is like their temple, biggest asset, and they really look good. Does it mean that these very attractive, much younger people will be willing to date you and will find you attractive? Of course not. Does this mean that a relationship with such a person will be beneficial for you? Also not. It can happen that you will be very different about so many important, crucial things that are really important for a relationship. So for a 24 years old lady to choose a 39 years old male or a 45 years old male who is not rich, not famous, average looking, what should be wrong with her? Why is she so desperate? Like, think about yourself when you are 24, especially if you have just graduated from college or university. You had so many aspirations and things you wanted to try. Of course, if you can find your name in Forbes, or maybe you are a very famous fashion designer or a producer, or you just have the looks of the Brad Pitt, then of course affluent men, especially attractive affluent men, they attract women, and you can play a Leo DiCaprio if you can find your name in Forbes, and you can date only ladies in their late teens and early 20s and dump them till they turn 25 years old. But if you are an average looking 39 years old with an average job, average income, then you should seriously ask yourself, what do you want in this life? If you want to get married, to settle down, and to have kids eventually, then yes, you can date younger if you really look good for your age, and you can try to court ladies in their 30s. And if you're 39, I would recommend you to hurry up, because in 1 year you will turn 40. And you know what? Many ladies in their early to middle 30s, they won't even look for your age group on dating apps, because in their opinion, men in their 40s can be too old to have babies and won't have the necessary energy. So everything should happen in the right time. But again, if you are not interested in marriage, if you don't want anything serious and you just want to have some fun and you caught this attention of a cute 20-something years old girl who wants to have a fun adventure for the night, you can do that, you can go for it, but you have to be completely honest with yourself and you have to understand your intentions and her intentions. So when people claim that I just can't date someone my age, or for example, once we had a client and he was 55 and he claimed that a lady who was 45 whom we have sent out on a date with him, and it took lots of work to convince her to go out on a date with a man who was 10 years older, he claimed she was old. And you know what, when I looked at the picture from that date, they looked like a father and a daughter, because she looked really good for her age and he looked okay for his age. So you have to be realistic and don't confuse serious interest in you with just some fling. Maybe that girl who has flirted with you in the bar was drunk that evening. Maybe she had a bet. Maybe she just wanted to try it with an older guy. Who knows? The fact that she has flirted with you doesn't mean that she considers you to be a boyfriend material. I remember once one of our clients told me that a girl, a waitress in the bar, has flirted with him, and she was like 20 years younger than he was, and she was so flirty. And when I have told him that probably she just wanted a better tip, he got offended. Well, we all like to believe in fairy tales, but when it comes to dating, of course there has to be romance, but you have to be logical and you have to make logical choices. Otherwise, you will put yourself into a very unpleasant situation. So I hope it was helpful, and I'm looking forward to your thoughts and your comments. I can already imagine that some men will write me something that, oh, Svetlana hates age caps and she doesn't want men in their 50s to have babies with ladies in their 30s. It is not so. I just know supply and demand on the dating market, and if ladies in their 20s were adamant to date all men in their late 30s, early 40s, 50s and 60s, I would happily comply and introduce them, but the reality is they don't. I want to wish you lots of love and only smart dates with smart ladies that will lead you to results that you want and you actually need. Svetlana Muchar for Diolli.com from Magdeburg, Germany, Deutschland.